The Chicago Cubs just have a really, really bad day. Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Chicago Cubs Central. But you know what? It don't even matter about that. It don't even matter who I am right now. All that matters is the Chicago Cubs probably just had one of the worst days possible. Coming off of being blown out the day before by the St. Louis Cardinals, you then turn around and you lose another game to the St. Louis Cardinals where you struggle to score runs, you get shut down by their pitching, and literally you're looking for answers right now. On top of that, your pitcher that you traded probably a future all-star for literally comes back and has nothing for you. Nothing for you. Then on top of that, you also in the process lose your all-star former world champion shortstop to an oblique injury. It's just a really, really, really bad day. A really, really bad series all the way around, but just a really, really, really bad day for the Chicago Cubs. And I'm furious. I'm furious. I don't even know how else to put this, but I'm so upset. I don't know what to say about what happened with Edward Cabrera. I don't even know where to begin with that. I struggle because I was one of the ones that was very, very pro trade Owen Casey. Multiple times I thought to myself, trading Owen Casey will actually help benefit the Cubs. Because again, in my mind, and this is how I work, trading someone like Owen Casey will garner you back what you really need, which is pitching. And the Chicago Cubs have struggled needing pitching. It's clear. The last two seasons we've struggled pitching wise. We've needed pitching. Edward Cabrera was supposed to be the answer, not just short term, but long term to that remedy. You had team control of him. You had an opportunity to really, really do something special. And Edward Cabrera, since pitching his first 11 innings for the Chicago Cubs, has been god awful. God awful. There is no other way to put that. There's no other way to put that. He doesn't look prepared. He doesn't look ready for the moment. He doesn't look like he understands the gravity of what the Chicago Cubs are trying to accomplish. None of it. But you know who does look ready? Javier Assad looked ready. You know who does look ready? Colin Ray looked ready as possible. And you sent Javier Assad back to AAA, even though he had been straight dealing for the Chicago Cubs. No way the Cardinals would have scored 13 runs on Javier Assad. Those in-game adjustments, the way that he's able to change up what his pitching strategy is on the fly when he sees something ain't working, there's no way you would have had these same issues. Two things. One, I don't think that this season Edward Cabrera needs to start a game again for the Chicago Cubs, especially if you're on the cusp of getting Ben Brown back. If Ben Brown is nearing a return for you, you don't need to have Edward Cabrera pitch in any moment like that for you. Start a game for you. He just doesn't have it. Not this season. Not with what you're trying to accomplish. He is struggling. Does that mean he's going to continue to struggle? No. But he is struggling right now. And you have a club that is trying to accomplish a lot. You are trying to catch up to the Milwaukee Brewers in the division. You are trying to beat the Dodgers. This is the most vulnerable they've looked since they assembled the Avengers. And of all these things happening, of all these things going on, this is what you do. You bring back Edward Cabrera, and he lays a fucking tomato. I am beyond upset. Edward Cabrera came back, was rushed back. Let's call a spade a spade. He was rushed back. He wasn't ready. He's pitching double-A Smokies, getting these numbers. They ain't even sent him to the I Cubs, the next level. They sent him to double-A to the Smokies, and his numbers look great. But then you put him in front of some real hitters on the major league level, and he crapped the bed again. The kid just doesn't have it. I'm reminded of what Danny Glover said in one of my favorite baseball movies, Angels in the Outfield. It's a thing called talent. They don't have it. It's a thing called talent. And I don't know that Edward Cabrera has it. Sure, he can light up the gun, but he has no command. And on top of that, he gives up the home run ball right down the middle. Edward Cabrera claims that it was a blister that hurt his hand that caused him to not pitch well today for the Chicago Cubs. I wipe a monkey's ass with your blister. We just lost to the St. Louis Cardinals twice, 2 games in a row. I don't want to hear anything about a blister on your finger messing with your pitches. If you have a blister on your finger, raise your hand and tell the manager you need to leave the game. Get somebody else in there. You gave up 7 runs, sir, earned runs today. Before this series, I talked about the fact that the Chicago Cubs really needed to take advantage of every single series that they could and win them. You lost this series this weekend to the Cardinals. Matthew Boyd sucked, but he was due for a little regression because he had just been playing out of his mind, pitching out of his mind. But Edward Cabrera, you just came back. And your first game back, you don't even make it 5 innings. 3 2/3, and you're out of there. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in him. I'm disappointed in him this season. I'm disappointed in the planning by our manager and the pitching staff that's supposed to be great. Why are we setting ourselves up for failure? The Chicago Cubs got to figure it out. And if that means Edward Cabrera does not get to pitch in high leverage moments, if that means he's the one that gets his feelings hurt, I'm sorry, Edward. But you have shown no signs this season you are ready for postseason playoff baseball. Hopefully this lights a fire under your ass, and after this season, you go home and you figure some stuff out. But you really need to look in the mirror as a pitcher and figure some things out. Because there's no way, no reason that you need to come out and consistently be ass like this. Consistently be ass. You're either walking people or you're giving up home runs, bud, and neither one of those play in the major leagues. Maybe in Miami they played, but at Wrigley they don't play. To continue on with the Chicago Cubs' bad day, they also lost Dansby Swanson. He has been put on the 10-day injured list. Pedro Ramirez is going to see a lot of time probably, and then they're going to move Nico over to his natural position, which is shortstop. You also have potentially the return of Matt Shaw, who has been working out and, like I said, getting better. So again, like I said, the Chicago Cubs are going to have some help in Matt Shaw here shortly, but you're probably looking at 2 to 3 weeks without Dansby, more than likely. Which I know sucks for Dansby. Like I said, he had found a groove. He was kind of doing better. And now, like I said, he'll probably spend the rest of the month, if I have to guess, probably on the injured list. Obliques are weird. It just takes time to heal. He took an awkward swing and immediately came out the game. You knew something was wrong. He was grabbing at his side. Like I said, it just didn't go well. And it sucks because, like I said, the Chicago Cubs need that defense come playoff time, which I do believe he'll be ready for the playoffs. I don't think he'll miss the playoffs. I'd be very shocked if Dansby Swanson missed the playoffs. If now what he's able to do in the playoffs will be different. That's a different story for another day. But I would be highly shocked if Dansby Swanson missed the playoffs. But we got to figure it out, man. We got to figure it out. I would absolutely, if I'm Craig Counsell, consider switching David Peterson and Edward Cabrera and allowing Edward Cabrera maybe to come and pitch maybe, like I said, if the Chicago Cubs are getting blown out or losing the game. But I don't know that you trot him out there for another start. Not in a race for the division. You just can't do that, Craig. You can't do that. I don't know. I'm frustrated, guys. I'm so frustrated because you were hoping such big things from Edward Cabrera, and it just didn't happen. Not this season, at least. Chicago Cubs got to get it together, though. It don't get any easier. Red hot White Sox come to Wrigley tomorrow, looking to win the Crosstown Classic. You let them take two. If you need to win 2 games with the Chicago Cubs, because if not, they take the Crosstown Series for this year. So it's on you, Cubs. We'll see what you guys do. That's my episode, man, for today. Appreciate you guys so much. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you guys also leave your comments below. Vent your frustration below. I'll reply and we'll get conversation started. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, go Cubs, go.
Thank you for watching another episode of Chicago Cubs Central, the #1 spot for all Chicago Cubs content. Remember to like, share, subscribe for more Cubs content.